you got some more from Zoe. It's KZ from Cape Town. How you doing? Lovely Friday weekend to look forward to. Yes. And we're going to kick off this weekend by looking at this, the Beserker Mini V2 RTA. Now this is a name which should be very familiar since there was a Beserker 1, 1.5 and 2 RTA, as well as a 1 Mini, 1.5 Mini, and now a version 2 Mini RTA, specifically for MTL. So yeah, and there are differences between the 1 to the 1.5 and now especially from the 1.5 to this version 2. And still the same collaboration between Vandy Vape and I think Alex from Vapers MD. Those guys are involved in here. It does come in a variety of 4 different colors. Now what stands this guy apart is the fact that you can adjust the airflow so much because they've included 8 airflow inserts. You will see in the picture you will only see 7, but it's because there is one, the 1.4 is inside the atomizer, the RTA already on purchase. Now this tank does come with 3 different drip tips and 3 different glass options, of which the one is glass, clear glass, the other one is Ultim, and the other one is a metal tube. The 3 drip tips as well. So I'll just put a picture up here so you can just get an idea of what these guys would look like if you use certain of those components on this atomizer. So without any further ado, let's go down for a closer view. Okay, so here's the packaging. Vandy Vape at the top over there, Alex from Vapers MD. They do give the color configuration of the atomizer, which is going to be on the inside, as well as the picture of the color as well. And there you see some Beserker claw marks in the background. Okay, on this side there's a lot going on, barcodes and scanners and scratches and sniffies, serial numbers. At the back, what is included inside the package, a warning, their address, and some main features of the atomizer. And on the side, Vandy Vape again, and the picture of that. It's just interesting that they do not have Beserker version 2, the mini version 2 MTL on the side. It's just weird. Okay, when we remove the box out of the sleeve, on the box there is Vandy Vape full steam ahead. Nothing on that side, nothing on that side. You've got Vandy Vape over there. And then you've actually got something at the back again, their address. Opening up the box, and that is the goodies which you will be interested in. There you see your metal tube on it, a Beserker Mini MTL. They've got the Ultim tube over there, and then they've got the clear glass which is on, and the 1 drip tip, 2nd drip tip, and 3rd drip tip as well. We will be using this RTA as it comes inside the package. I will show you what the atomizer looks like just now when we put on these goodies. Removing this base underneath, there are you going to find all your inserts. Now what I've already done is I actually have taken out the 1.4 which is inside here and swapped it out for the 1mm. But yeah, there are 7 others, and one of these little inserts has got a D1 on it because it has got 2 small little holes. So the D is for dual and the 1 is for the 1mm holes, 2 1mm holes. And you also get a little bag with 2 super fine MTL fused Clapton coils, of which I will be using one of them. Then inside this little bag you'll get some O-rings, then you'll get this little monkey nut which I will show you just now, and then you also get this fill port seal as well. And 4 extra grub screws, of which 2 are Allen keys and 2 are actually Phillips heads. And also in the box is a little quality control certificate and a pamphlet which is the manual. Right, so looking at the RTA, it is actually weird. I actually noticed that nowhere on this RTA they actually mention that it's the V2 Mini. So what you actually see etched in on the barrel over there is just Beserker MTL Mini RTA. And it's actually the same at the bottom, which is very weird. Just to show you what the different drip tips actually look like, there's the one. And that's what it looks like with the other one, the little long tom. And that's what it looks like with the one with the fins, but it's actually very hard to get this guy in. But you can. Very hard. As what you can notice over there. But in any case, I'm not going to use it, so I'm going to press it in all the way now. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Actually weird about this one, you can actually unscrew this top portion. If you've got the stainless steel one as well, that you actually can switch this out with the stainless steel portion and then just screw this little guy into the stainless steel fins. So maybe a bit of a customization which that allows. But yeah, you can unscrew that top portion, but you cannot do it with the others. But we will be using this drip tip. Top cap actually removes beautifully. I mean, you can see there is places for you to actually catch onto, so it's not a problem. And all you do is you're going to give it almost a third of a twist, and then it's actually going to remove. So it has no issues over there. It actually removes extremely well. As I said, I already showed you the underside, and then there's our airflow ring, and this also differs from the 1 and the 1.5, is those holes which they actually have got over there. So obviously you can just adjust it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or whatever amount of holes which you actually want. Removing the base, you just have to turn this little guy until your airflow holes is actually closed off, and then it locks in place and allows you to actually remove the base with the bull deck. And here you can also see the bull deck actually differs as well. In the previous versions it had a post on either side, but in this case you've actually got posts both sides, and this is the type of building which I actually prefer on a MTL RTA. And there you'll see the disc which we were talking about, and there you can see I've got the 1mm disc inside, but you will receive it with a 1.4. But it's very, very easy. They've got some little peak knobs over there which actually gives you a bit of a grippiness to just pull this little guy out and then just replace it with the one which you actually want to use. Very, very nice. And there along the sides you can see your wicking ports, so juice will actually come in there and saturate your cotton from the bottom. And there you've got 2 flathead grub screws. So yeah, if you're not happy with flatheads, you can put in your Allen key grub screws, which they include in the package. Or if you don't like that, you can also include your Phillips head grub screws. So they actually provide all 3 types of grub screws for you. The holes are also nice size, easy to put in the legs. I've already tried it. Threading on this is good, no issues there. Let's quickly see what happens if we take this guy apart. And a small little screw pops out, gold plated screw. And then you've got that on the inside. So yeah, let's quickly take that out. I've got no idea why they did it this specific way and don't have a single long screw. I've got no idea why they've got these 2 screws which actually just screw into one another and not just one single long screw. I've got no idea why they did that. But in any case, your peak insulation is fairly fitted inside there. It's not going to fall out. So all that happens now is you can actually just remove the one post. There you go. So now you know that's the positive post. And this is all you can actually disassemble from this deck, is removing this post. And then you also can remove this peak. So it's firstly you'll just remove your insert, and then you should be able to remove the peak. Just do it carefully as not to break it, but I know you can remove this. There you go. And so you can do some nice thorough cleaning on this guy, which I had to do to prepare it for this review, obviously. So yeah, there you go. And let's just screw that in. And there you see that little spare rubber seal which I was talking about in the bag. That's the one which they actually include a spare for as well. And then you've got this glass tank seal at the bottom, of which they also include a spare. Right, looking at the barrel section, if you just want to remove the glass, just get your finger in there, and there your glass actually comes out. So if you want to see what the others actually look like, the full stealth mode, now I can quickly show you, just give you an idea, and that's what it looks like in full stealth mode. And there's our ambered colored glass. Also a spare O-ring which they include for that O-ring as well. But as I said, yeah, it's Beserker MTL, no V2. Just weird. Nice conical at the bottom. Nothing wrong with the threading over there. Good as gold. There you go. Let's do a build on it. Okay, so I will be using one of these micro ultra fine Clapton coils which they've included, which is supposed to ohm out at 0.74.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to
So after all is said and done, this guy is coming in at 0.77 ohms, and I'm going to vape it at a comfortable 25 watts. And that's airflow wide open. Now I'm going to close the airflow down to the second last hole, because that's where I like it. So with a 1mm insert on the inside, or airflow slide, or whatever you want to call it though, and with only 2 holes open on the airflow control ring. There you go. That is my MTL vape. That is what I get from the Aries, that is what I get from the Vertex, and that is what I get from the Beserker Mini V2. Okay, so let's quickly go through the negatives. I actually only have one negative and 2 things that baffle me. That's all. The first negative has to be that nowhere on this it states that it is a version 2 Beserker Mini MTL RTA. Nowhere. And even on the box, it doesn't indicate it on the front, doesn't indicate it on the sides. It only indicates it at the back. And that's just weird. So it's not on the barrel etched and it's not underneath. It's strange. The one thing that baffles me is the fact that the 510, the short gold plate 510, actually screws into the other one on the inside. Whereas if you remove them both and you screw the small one into the large one, you can insert them both as a unit inside. Why they did not just have one gold plated 510 screw? It could be a reason. As I said, I have not gone through the manual, so maybe one of you guys can inform me. The second thing that baffles me is the drip tip, the one drip tip which is actually longer of the portion which can actually unscrew. The only reasoning for that which I can think of is because this one can't unscrew and the medium one can't unscrew, so it's not as if you want to use this the shorter one on the fins, it's not going to work. So the only reasoning behind that, I think, could be that if you've got 2, a different color configuration, and you want to use the silver fins on the black one, then you can unscrew the black little tip and put it on the silver fins instead of the black fins for a bit of matchiness. That's that. But regarding other negatives about this, there's nothing. There's nothing. Even the shape of the drip tips, which I normally do not like, it has got a nicer fit on this style of atomizer, this 22mm. Then I don't mind it because it is a comfortable drip tip. Absolutely it is. And removing the drip tip, putting it back, sweet bananas. Removing the top cap and putting in juice through that grommet seal which you've got there, no issues at all. They do provide spare O-rings, spare grommets. You saw that the airflow insert underneath that, there's a little rubber seal there as well. They've got a spare for that. You get coils. There's just so much stuff which they actually provide. They could have added a bit of cotton if you want to be finicky. Although they include, which is nice, Phillips head grub screws and Allen key grub screws, they do not include the tools for that. Alright, now probably every hobbyist or every person probably has got those things. But it would have been nice if they just included a cheap 10-cent Allen key or a cheap 10-cent Phillips and a 10-cent Phillips head screwdriver. Building this guy straightforward, absolutely. Removing those airflow inserts and replacing it with another one. Plain and simple. And you can also do that while a build is on this guy. Nice. The fact that it's 2 milliliters, I'm not going to con that at all because it is a 22mm RTA. And I mean it's not a long RTA as well, so 2 milliliters is fine. And the way which I'm going to vape it in any case though, 12 milligram at 25 watts, I'm going to vape it nice and slow. So it's going to last a long time. 2 biggest pros out of all the pros this guy has to be the flavor. The flavor is absolutely on par with the Aries V2, with the Vertex, all the nice MTL RTAs which I have. The flavor is there, so it produces very, very nice flavor, and the draw is smooth and quiet. You can't hear it. Extremely quiet, extremely smooth, fantastic. So the airflow options which they give you is brilliant on this. I mean, those airflow inserts from 0.8 all the way up to a 2 millimeter, and then they give you a D1 as well, the dual 1 millimeters, just to spread your airflow slightly further apart underneath the coil. You can take this guy apart and clean it. It's not a hassle cleaning this guy as well. Wicking it, it's fine. The cotton ports, it's perfect size for this atomizer as well. So I have had zero issues with this guy, even if it's bottom airflow, no leaking at all. The thing vapes like a champ, stays nice and cool, because often you find these atomizers, when you actually take a nice draw on it, that the juice heats up on the inside and pulls up to the top, and that actually tends to heat up the top section. Not at all with this guy. Stays nice and cool as a cucumber. So yeah, so besides those few niggly, which you can totally ignore, negative remarks which I had about it, the V2 situation, the baffling of the 510 pin, etc., this guy's absolutely a winner in my book, absolutely. And I'm so happy that I actually purchased this. Now, they are, as I said, they are available in 4 colors, but in South Africa they are available in 2 colors. All right, I got this from Vape, and I will also, if you're interested in getting this, which I definitely would advise you to get this, if you're into MTL, you are going to also get a discount code for this, which I will post right at the top. So you can check that out, you can get yourself one. As I said, the airflow gives me that perfect restrictness which I want, and I've got the 1 millimeter airflow insert. So just to give you an idea, if I decide to vape it, and you can even adjust the airflow ring while this thing is on, sweet bananas. So you've got so many options to go up that you're going to get a very nice restricted direct lung with this guy as well, and the flavor is on point, and I'm using one of their Clapton coils. So yeah, so you came, you saw, you decide. This is Kaiser signing over now. Cheers up.
How you doing? Nom 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 nom.